Hi, welcome to this month's podcast. I'm here with our friend the Squig to talk to you this month about archetypes. Everybody already knows that we've got 24 separate careers in Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning. What a lot of people don't know, though, is that within those 24 careers we have 4 specific archetypes. So today we're going to go over some of the goals that we have for the roles those archetypes are going to play in the game, as well as discussing things like balance and function. Our 4 archetypes are basically the defensive melee or tank careers, the close range melee offensive, what we call DPS, damage per second careers, the range damage dealers, also a DPS career, and the healer support careers. Our first archetype is the defensive melee or tank careers. These are generally durable and strategic characters. Their primary role is to provide support to their allies in close combat, decked out in extremely heavy armor. They're slow but powerful, and they generally try and engage multiple opponents at once as a result of the heavy armor. They can take a lot more damage than most people, so they want as much attention on them as possible so that some of the weaker support careers or high damage range caster careers have greater survivability in a fight. Their particular specialty obviously is going to be ally protection. They are strongest against people who are wearing light armor, and they are extremely weak against ranged magical attacks because they move slowly and have to engage close up to be effective. Up next, the offensive melee DPS careers. These are the fast attack damage dealers that run into the thick of the fight, lay the smack down, and then get back out. They wear light armor because they need to be moving quickly. They specialize in high damage on single targets. They usually have a fair amount of positional special attacks. They are strongest against ranged magicians and also ranged damage dealers like engineers and so forth that obviously aren't using magic. And they're weak against heavily armored tanks. The range damage dealers in Warhammer Online specialize in a combination of ballistic damage and also ranged magical damage. They stand in the back of the fight and take on targets at range. They wear extremely light armor. Their fighting style focuses on both magic and missile weapons. Their engagement style enables them to attack single targets or multiple opponents at once. They're strongest against slow-moving, heavily armored tanks who take a long time to actually get up to them. But they're particularly weak against the fast-moving melee DPS careers, who are able to close quickly and deal high damage against their extremely light armor. Finally, we come to the healers. In Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning, every single support career is also a substantial damage-dealing career. On top of that, they're split between ranged support, like the Shaman and the Rune Priest, and close combat support, like the Warrior Priest and the Zealot. Their archetypal role is group support. That means heals, buffs, resurrection, etc. They wear moderate armor. Their fighting style is primarily related to healing and buffs, but every one of those careers is also a substantial damage-dealing career. So those are the 4 archetypes you're going to find within Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning. It's important to remember that these archetypes are basic guidelines that we use, and that within each career there's going to be a great deal of variety and specialization. So I hope this has been informative and instructive. I hope you say goodbye to Mr. Evil Koala Bear and our friend the Squig, and I'll see you next month.